The core ingredient is... chocolate.
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
That's like heaven. So I see chocolate and I'm just so excited. Like, I love chocolate. I'm like in heaven right now. It's amazing.
Awesome.
Any type of chocolate I'll eat, but you know, if dark chocolate's there, then I'll just demolish the whole block.
I can't hear anything right now. I just see chocolate.
The challenge today is for each group of 3 to cook a sweet and a savoury dish featuring chocolate.
I'm doing a jerk chicken, but we're going to include some cocoa in the marinade, so I'm working on that.
I'm making the chocolate mousse for the dessert.
I set up a smoking chip station, and that just smokes the chocolate, so it's got that really deep flavour in it.
You know what? They've been really adventurous. There's lots of stuff going on. I mean, lots and lots of technique. You know what I'd love somebody to do is to temper the chocolate. We haven't seen it yet in the competition. Is anybody going to be brave enough?
The dessert that Amy and I are making today is going to be a chocolate fondant with a raspberry and vodka sorbet with discs of tempered chocolate. If I don't temper the chocolate properly today, it's not going to have a nice shine and it's not going to have a nice crack. I think if I get it right, then that'll add an extra element to our dish that will impress the judges. How are you going?
Yeah, I'm going good. In this challenge, I'm making the savoury dish. I'm making chocolate pasta with lamb and a red wine reduction sauce. As soon as I get the red wine reducing, I'm on to the pasta. Let's see how we go. I think cooking chocolate pasta is definitely risky. I think it's going to work, but I don't know what the judges will make of chocolate pasta.
Today I'm basically going to try and do the whole dessert dish by myself, and Sam and Byron will be working on the savoury dish together. I really want to put something on the plate that the judges have never seen before. I have this idea of white chocolate noodles. I just hope I can pull it off. Sweet. Sam,
Yeah.
do you like my noodles?
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I'm so happy with the white chocolate noodles. They are perfect. It's pretty simple. You just have to melt down some white chocolate. You have to start off with an ice bath and then literally just pipe the chocolate into the water. And once the hot chocolate hits the cold water, it just sets down the bottom. That works so well.
Oh my God. Just gonna get these chips cooked.
Today we're doing cocoa salt on the chips, and it is delicious. It sounds really weird, but it's really tasty.
Looks awesome. They look beautiful.
All right, that's ready for service. We've got so many elements. It's a pretty technical dish, and I'm really happy, and I think that we'll be up there.
Sorry.
Are the fondants in the oven, Amy?
Yep.
We're going to be pushing it, aren't we?
How you going, Cole? Ready to plate up?
Just about.
I'm so nervous right now.
It's a team challenge. It's all about teamwork. Is it coming together? I hope so, because you've got 1 minute to go. Come on.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Let's cook. Let's get the chicken on.
I'm worried about the roulade because it's unravelling a little bit, but we've got to get it on the plate.
I'm really not sure about this chocolate chutney. It tastes like straight chocolate and it could completely overpower the dish. So I'm just going to put a few small dollops on the plate.
Yes, that looks beautiful.
Last moments, 10 seconds to go. 9, 8, 7,
Come on,
like
got to do it now.
Just put it on.
3, 2, 1. That's it. Step away from your benches. Time's up.
I think it looks fantastic. Once it has that sauce on there, I think this dish is as good as I could have made it.
Oh, Lord, that looks so good. I'm so happy.
I think the flavours are perfect.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
I think our dishes look pretty good. My only concern is the terrine. It's not very clear and it's not delicate.
Well done, girls. So happy with you guys.
My venison dish looks beautiful, but I'm really worried about the chocolate chutney.
I still think we are the best team, but I know Amelia didn't do everything she wanted, but I look at it and I think I'd love to eat that. The savoury dish is a jerk chicken with cocoa chips.
Oh, a little chip. I'm curious. Got a bit of heat too, isn't it? I love that, you know, chocolate jerk spice because there's lots of layers of flavour that hit you.
The art with this challenge is to seamlessly integrate the flavour of chocolate into your dishes, and you managed to achieve it beautifully.
As we walk up with our dishes, I'm feeling really confident. I can't imagine how we could possibly be the bottom team with this food.
Wow.
It's chocolate fettuccine with pan-seared lamb and a red wine chocolate reduction.
Have you any idea how much I really don't like chocolate pasta?
Oh, really?
I
have no idea.
Given the choice, I avoid it like the plague. I've never had a chocolate pasta dish that I've liked. Ever. Hate it. But that, I love. And this sauce is meaty, red winey, spot on, can't criticise it. Perfect balance of bitter chocolate. No joke, I can drink this stuff. In fact...
No, Gary.
I think I will.
Great dish. Colin, man, whoa.
I'm thrilled not to have let my teammates down. Hopefully their dessert gets as good a rap and we might be over the line for a win.
It's gooey. Ooh. Nice and gooey.
Beautiful.
Did you temper the chocolate?
Yeah.
Nice and thin.
Good shine on the top.
Great. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
And this is why this series is unbelievable, because you don't need to teach you how to temper chocolate. You're doing it.
Yeah.
Well done, guys.
Well done. Laura, Sam, Byron.
Jiggle, jiggle. Proper panna cotta. Demoulded.
That is a smashing looking
Brilliant.
dessert, proper panna cotta. Laura, Byron, Sam, that is a beautiful dish. I think it looks spectacular. These little tangles of noodles, that perfect panna cotta, and these little half spheres, stunning.
Every kid,
And me.
everybody is going to do that on the weekend.
I love
it. That looks good, doesn't it?
Really, really good. Really good. Look at the shine on that.
The absolute standout for me is the basil panna cotta. It's delicious. The texture of it, the consistency of it is probably the best we've had. It's absolutely spot on.
The techniques you've shown with this dessert make an absolute winner for me, so well done.
Thank you.
All right, you should be proud of that. It's a really good dish.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, Amelia, tell us what the dish is.
So it's smoked white chocolate mousse in a cocoa nib tuile with some berries. I lost the plot a little with my dessert. Things weren't working well for me, and I just had to bring it together within the last 15 minutes, and it's not what I had planned.
I'm not going to be nice to you because you're tearing up.
Yeah.
I'm going to be nice to you because that's a beautiful dish. And I think it's got this beautiful balance of the textures, you know, the soft mousse, the crisp tuile, inventive enough to be smart and delicious.
She's a tough cookie. She's a very strong person. Her standards are extremely high. If this is a bad day for her, it's a pretty good day.
This must be your dream challenge. If the last round was Jessica's dream challenge, this must be your dream challenge. What, take one ingredient and just do it 3 ways? For you, this is heaven, isn't it?
Oh, this is definitely heaven for me because I love chocolate. You know I love my chocolate, so I'm going to do chocolate 3 ways. One's going to be with a raspberry ganache. It's going to be tempered into a log for another element, and it's going to be chocolate soil.
Wow.
So inside's going to be raspberry gel, which is just from this one.
Fantastic.
And you crack it open, it should just ooze out with the raspberry sorbet.
You are pushing yourself. You
I'm
want
definitely pushing.
that
I really do.
Now, this dish, this could be the one.
I hope so.
I wish I had more time for this dish. That advantage would have been great. But I'm going to push myself. I'm going to push myself really hard.
Hey, look at that.
I love that. It looks, interesting but weird.
So I've done the chocolate 3 ways. It's a chocolate log with raspberry liquid centre, chocolate raspberry ganache, and chocolate soil.
Ooh. So is there something in the middle? Do we?
Yeah, just crack it open.
Ooh, it is crackable too, isn't it? Oh yeah. Oh, fun.
Huh?
That looks great. Doesn't it look good?
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, really good. And in terms of interpreting the challenge, 3 ways, 3 stairways to heaven.
Yeah.
3 chocolate stairways to heaven.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just smiling because it's one of those little moments, isn't it? When you smack that thing in half and it oozes that lovely red centre. Really gorgeous.
You're an amateur cook. You're putting up food that is as spectacular and as restaurant quality as this. You could be in the running for the Power Apron and that guaranteed immunity pin.
Thanks, guys.
I'm really stoked. I'm really surprised. I haven't had this good feedback in a really long time.
Oh my God.
They finished.
Scott.
Gary, hi Maggie.
What are you doing? Pastry?
Yeah, I'm doing a ganache tart, and I'm going to cook down the plums and try to get the right consistency, maybe with some of the vina cotta, and have that as a sauce.
Okay.
I like some whipped cream.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, I'm going to try my pastry today, step outside my comfort zone.
But not as far as the octopus edge.
Nah, I don't think I'm going to do that.
There is no way I'm cooking that thing. I'm a carpenter by trade, but food is my love. Pastry is probably not one of my biggest strengths. A good pastry needs to be a right consistency so that when you do cook it, it crumbles nicely and it's not too tough. So getting that recipe right and everything correct is really important. I have made the chocolate ganache tart before, but my pastry has never been a real hit, so I really wanted to go for it today.
Got my tart in the fridge, that's just cooling.
The majority of everyone today has done octopus, but I'm really happy and I've gone with the dessert. I think I've done a really good dish today.
It's a chocolate ganache tart with plums with the vina cotta and caramelised pears.
Is pastry a strength? I mean, I would be equally as scared putting up pastry in front of Maggie Beer and Gary Megan as I would be putting up octopus in front of George Coronavirus, because these are 2 of the great pastry makers in Australia.
I'm scared putting up anything in front of you guys.
All right.
Ooh, that's a good-looking tart.
It is a good-looking tart.
It takes that salty umeboshi with that sweet edge to it. You don't like it?
No, I would absolutely adore it.
The pastry is terrific.
I'm in heaven. I love it. The tart shell is perfect. The texture of the ganache is beautiful. We've underrated you as a cook, Scott. That is a warning that should go out to everyone who prides themselves on being a pastry chef.
That's serious cooking.
Well done, Scott. Great
Thank you very much. Cheers.
To have that feedback really reassured myself that I can cook, and yeah, blown away. Very, very happy.
Well done.
Thank you.
Everything that I love that goes with chocolate, I put it all in this dish. So let's go through. To start off with, all the ethereal sheets. Milk skin is the white sheet. So that is literally the dried skin of the milk. There's 2 types of pulled caramel in here, so it's stretched caramel. One is a butter vanilla toffee, and the other one is a chocolate toffee. Then you have tempered chocolate, and that is razor thin. And the last sheet, the really pretty one here, this here is the sugar starch sheet. That is potato starch dipped into a heavy sugar syrup and caramelised in the oven to make caramelised sugar sheets.
This dish has so many different textures. Oh, that caramel's really good. The caramel on the bottom with the oloroso liqueur is just delicious.
The nougat tastes incredible. It's got roasted almonds and beautiful chocolate ganache.
Have a really good look at how thin those sheets are, guys. That's what you need to do.
I'm so thin.
I don't know how Peter got these shards so thin, and I don't know how the hell I'm going to replicate it. To start my Oloroso whip, I need to heat up sugar and water and let it start to caramelise.
Get that to a beautiful caramel colour. Got the Oloroso sherry into that and then deglaze that again with some cream and some butter.
That's it. Beautiful, lads.
Finally, I made my Oloroso whip. Now I can focus on tempering the chocolate.
I know how long it takes for the chocolate to cool down for the temper. That's why I'm trying to get onto it now.
The tempered chocolate is using 3 elements for this recipe. It's really important that I temper it correctly, otherwise each element won't be right.
So I've got the chocolate in the double boiler with the tempered chocolate and I'm stirring that, waiting for it to melt, and I need to get the chocolate to 50 degrees.
God. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Just be patient, Loz.
The chocolate is taking forever to reach 50 degrees and I know I need to be patient, but I can hear the clock behind me ticking away.
Temperatures need to be precise when tempering chocolate.
What's it on?
50. Once it's at 50 degrees, take it off the heat, throw in the other 100 grams to cool it down, and it should be tempered. I need to separate my tempered chocolate into 3 bowls. The first, you dip your nougat in, put it back into the fridge to set. The second, you use to coat the muscatels. And the third, you spread on a sheet of acetate, and that's going to be your chocolate shards for presentation.
Eaten, Brenty.
Beautiful.
Next job.
Right, let's go.
There's 2 pulled toffees that I have to do for the top of the dessert. There's a pulled chocolate and a vanilla and butter toffee.
Go on, buddy. You're doing
Come on,
great.
Brent.
To make my pulled chocolate, I simply heat up glucose and trimoline to 170 degrees. Once it gets to that, add some chocolate, whisk it through. I just need to roll it thin, and I've got to get it into the oven before I can start pulling it.
1 centimetre thick, Brent.
Not 1 millimetre.
Just get it on a seal pat and in the oven. 160.
Laura, where are you up to?
The chocolate one's in the oven so I can pull that. The cream's done and everything else is done. I'm just finishing off the vanilla twirl thingy. I think that's it. I hope that's it.
You're close. Okay.
I don't know how that
hang in there, okay?
This is it, guys. The last 5 minutes you'll ever cook in this kitchen.
I've never felt so much tension in this kitchen. Everyone is yelling things out. Just wanting both these guys to do well. We want them to get the dish up and let it come down to taste.
Good job, that's it, that's it.
Come on, Brenty!
Come on, Laura.
Just finishing off butter toffee. So I pour that out and I'm rolling it as soon as possible. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to pull this, but I don't really care. As long as I get on the plate, then I'm happy.
Last little rush, make sure you've got all your bits and pieces together, ready for the assembly. 1 minute to go.
1 minute to go, and I'm under the pump. I've got everybody screaming in my ear.
Brent, hurry up!
I'm just trying to focus on the recipe and make sure that everything is done correctly. I look over at Laura and I realise I haven't done the vanilla butter sheet. I just have to go without it.
Last touch is 30 seconds. Come on.
Laura.
So I've taken the pulled chocolate out of the oven and I'm flapping the mat just to cool it down. And I know I have to do it, but at the same time, it's boiling hot caramel.
This is it.
Oh my God.
10 seconds. 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. You're done.
Time starts, and the first thing I need to do is chop up my nougat. Next thing I need to do is get 4 bowls ready. Put the almond praline, the nougat, and the soaked muscatels in each bowl. Then I need to fold through the chocolate ganache so I can plate up each individual portion.
Oh, nice bread. Really nice.
I can't watch this part. This is getting intense.
I'm trying to be very delicate with the shards. It's important that they stand up straight or the dish won't look like Peter Gilmore's.
Well done, Brad.
Take your time, you've got plenty of time. Don't rush.
You know what? I think this dish looks really good. I've worked so hard to get to this point, and I can't believe that I managed to do it.
We've got to get this going. All right, so egg whites.
Yes. It's time to get on to making the meringue for my souffle mix.
To do a good, perfect souffle is really about whipping it nice and firm. Yep.
It needs to be perfect, and there's a reason people are intimidated by souffles. They're not easy. I'll fold the meringue through the creme patissiere.
Yep. Whisk it in, put it in the pipe bag.
Once I've got the souffle mix into the bag, I need to pipe it into the molds. And it's all about making sure those molds are full.
Okay, so scrape it down. Scrape it down with the spatula.
If there's any air pockets, it's going to affect the way it rises, and either it'll be lopsided or you'll have cracks around the edges. Mains are still going out, but my first dessert orders are going to be called away any minute. I put my first batch of souffles in the oven. This is my real test. Head back in and start making the next batch, but back of your mind's going, I hope they're right. I haven't made a souffle since I was a kid, and here I am making souffles at vue de monde. My biggest fear is that the souffle won't rise. Come on, let this go right.
Hey, Jamie. Yes, chef. You check it out?
Jockham's at the oven, calling me to come and have a look at my souffle, and I'm thinking, oh, something's gone wrong.
Pretty good, huh?
Looks all right. It is perfect. It's risen like it's spot on.
The loft of the souffle is definitely lifting my spirits.
Hey, Jamie. You got 37 souffles right now on order.
Now I prepare myself for the looming onslaught.
Jamie, yes, chef. 3 and 14 away. Yes, chef.
You have to take the cooked souffle, pipe a little bit of the warm chocolate mousse in, top it with grated tonka bean, then that goes to the table along with the smoked ice cream.
Table 9 dessert away, Jamie. Table 9. Table 9, yes, chef. Mark it, please.
As we're working through this first batch, more orders are coming in.
I've got 10 souffle away now, 10 souffle, yes.
Just crack on, keep making souffles. Everything has to be perfect that goes across this pass, otherwise it won't go across the pass.
Okay, see the cracks in the side of the souffles? See the cracks in the side?
5 of them are cracked and ruined. They're not good enough.
Swap it over. Some of them are disasters.
At the end of the day, Shannon has his reputation on the line.
When you're trying to pipe it, you don't pipe it evenly. Okay. And it creates an air pocket.
Maybe I should have spent more time lining and packing molds properly, because that advantage is everything for me today.
You put a timer on?
Yes, chef.
Yeah, you make sure you got to talk to me, yeah? Because I'm not studying my Mandarin until you tell me.
Okay.
I'm making souffles. I'm trying to time it with Jocham, but I don't have time to cook, serve, and prepare souffles and line molds.
Come on, Jamie. Jamie. Yes, chef.
I'm only one guy.
13 souffle? Yes, chef. 3 of them are for the judges. Yes, chef. Okay. How long? 12 minutes. Huh? 13 minutes? No. Get someone to help you.
What do you need, Jamie?
Maybe a bit of delegation now, mate, and you can start running the pass? Yes, chef. Okay.
Luckily, I get Amelia in and start getting her lining and packing molds.
You right with this?
Yeah.
This is a team game, and now my focus is on making sure the service runs smoothly.
3 souffle?
Yes, 1 minute.
Yep, and that's the 4 souffle as well?
Yes, 1 minute.
Yep. And I need another 4 souffle on top of that.
Yeah, no problems.
This is what Shannon wanted me doing. I'm learning on the fly, I'm moving quickly.
James, do you want these straight in?
Yes.
Mandarin. 2 minutes. 4 Mandarin.
I'll have Brent helping me plate these dishes.
Chef, once these go out, I got the next batch to go in?
Yeah, straight up.
I'm making sure dishes are going out as they should be. This is what the industry is.
Now to complete, you got 6 Mandarin, okay? 8 souffle.
Let's go, guys. Let's finish up. So table 4, thank you.
Oh, wow, they look good. Hey, that looks very good.
We can smell the smoke on the ice cream as well. It's fantastic. Thank you. Love it.
as I saw those 3 souffles coming towards us, being so tall, so handsome, I forgot what we're here for. I assumed, you know, we're just having one of our normal dinners. And then you have to picture them and go, this is an amateur cook putting out a dessert that looks like the sort of tonka bean souffle you get here at Vue de Monde.
Can we stop talking now,
Yes.
Nick?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yum.
Well, having tasted that souffle, the illusion is complete. That is delicious. It's light, the chocolate mousse is rich, the texture, the cooking of the souffle is even all the way through. I'm trying to find something wrong with it, and I just can't. Everything's just bang on.
Jamie's done a cracking job. You know, Amelia picked the entree because she didn't want to do the souffle.
I think it's Amelia's mistake. That chocolate mousse, that is just absolutely delicious. Well done. Thank you very much.
Yeah, appreciate everything. It was tough, all those checks coming in at once.
Yeah.
But you handled it well. Handled it well.
Thank you.
I did everything in my power today to make sure I did the best job I possibly could. You know, I got knocked down a couple of times and it was, you know, pick yourself back up and do it again, do it better, do it quicker, make sure you get it out on time.
I proved to myself that I can make a dessert. Check. So basically what we've got here is the forest floor, lots of different textures, lots of different flavours. We've got a lavender cream, an almond and praline cream, a soft chocolate ganache, tempered chocolate disc, crystallised fennel seeds, cookie dough that makes the soil. Then we've got foyantine. Then we've got green tea moss here, the green here, crystallised fennel frond here, little jellies down there, that's the cherry brandy jellies, little elderflowers. There's some finger lime in there as well, and then topped with a sour cherry sorbet.
That's amazing. That dish is one of the most beautiful desserts I've seen. I think what's most inspiring about it is how much it actually looks like a forest floor.
So basically the top layer is the chocolate ganache cream there. Then there's your bit of
the
tempered chocolate. It breaks through that.
Yep.
And underneath there's more chocolate on this side. This side is the lavender cream.
Ah, that white cream there, yep.
Yeah, and then we've got the almond and praline on this side. So there's 3 creams on the bottom, and it's important to get enough creams in the bottom so that when you eat the cookie and the foyantine, you get an even texture.
This dessert is incredible. It looks quite dry, but as you break through into the creams, it just becomes luscious. It's textural, it's packed with flavour.
I want to try each thing as separately as I can. I'm getting really predominant fennel and a really nice burst of salt. And was it lavender cream?
Lavender cream,
It's
yeah.
not as strong as I thought it was going to be. It's really nicely balanced.
Think about it as you're walking through a woodland floor and these things are snapping underneath your feet, the branches are breaking.
That's so perfectly balanced, creamy, crunchy. It's everything you want. It's awesome.
It's the complete dessert, isn't it?
It is. I'm doing the sorbet first, just so I can get it out of the way and just leave it.
The sorbet is quite simple. Add water, glucose powder, add it into the cherry puree, blitz in some stabiliser, and once that's in the ice cream machine and churning, I can just leave it and move on.
I love that it's a dessert challenge today. There's heaps to do. I'm going to keep an eye on sort of the order Brent's doing things because he's been able to study it, and then as long as I power through it, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, another dessert. It's all right. Got through the last 4, so I suppose another one can't hurt.
I'm not going to read the whole recipe. I don't have time. I've done enough pressure tests to know where I can catch up time, read a few steps ahead, make up time at the beginning, and if anything does go wrong, you hopefully have time to bring it back at the end.
Pressure test is all about pressure. And if you've been in 5, like Jamie's been in, this is a lot easier than, say, Brent, who's never met one before. And, you know, it seems quite normal now, but when things start going wrong, if you don't have the ticker, it can all fall over.
What are you up to, Brent?
I've got my sorbet chilling down. Now I'm just doing my almond praline cream. As soon as that's in, I need to get on with my soft chocolate cream.
I want to get the 3 creams out of the way early so I don't fall behind.
Last time I had the recipe early, I really stuffed it up, so I don't want to do that today. For the praline cream, I've roasted the almonds, slowly add the icing sugar, add the praline paste and salt, then the cream milk gelatin mixture.
The icing sugar in small batches, praline paste, salt. I'm going to get started on my 3 creams. These creams are essentially the whole dish. All the rest is just garnish, so these are the most important elements. It's been about an hour and I've made my creams and my sorbet, and I now need to make the crumb, which is going to be used to garnish.
The next thing I do is the green tea moss. That needs to freeze in the blast chiller. If I leave that too late, it won't be frozen and then it won't grate like they want it to be. You simply make a little paste out of butter and sugar, add in some flour, almond meal, match a green tea powder and mix it with your hands and it's done.
I'm feeling okay. Look, we have an hour 50. I'm feeling okay. Next I have to make an almond brittle, which is going to add a really nice crunchy texture to the dish. I think I've come way too far to not get into the semis and the grand final. If I was to leave now, it would be really upsetting. Okay, I'm going to temper my chocolate now. It does give me confidence to be the first to start my chocolate, but I'm not sure if I've done everything else right, so. I've taught both Jamie and Brent how to temper chocolate in the past, and it could come back to bite me now.
Amelia's showed me how to temper chocolate before, and I had a practice last night, but I'm no expert, that's for sure.
Tempering chocolate is quite finicky. It has to be set at certain temperatures to really activate the crystals within the chocolate.
29.2.
Yeah, it's good. What are you trying to get it to?
29.
Yeah.
I'm actually starting to catch up now. It's difficult because to get the perfect temper, you need to bring the chocolate up to 55 degrees, drop it to 29 degrees, and then bring it up to exactly 32. My biggest problem at the moment is getting the temperatures right.
What else do you have to do after the chocolate? I got to do the chocolate, the cherry brandy jelly, and the caramelised prongs.
You're kicking it. Seriously, doing so well.
Thank you. An hour to go and I'm still working on the tempered chocolate, so while that's happening I'm going to start my cherry brandy jelly. The cherry brandy jelly is just cherry brandy with water that I'm going to set with 3 grams of agar. I'm just laying out the chocolate, which I'm then going to cut into the discs. I need to let it set just for a minute or so before cutting out the circles. And then get that setting in the blast chiller.
You know if the chocolate's tempered correctly because it will have that real loud crack when you snap it in half.
It's just a wait and see sort of thing. I'm just going to spread it out and just hope that it's right.
I spread the chocolate on the acetate and it needs to be 2 mil thick. If it's under 2 mil thick, it won't have that snap.
Martin's plate had twigs on it as well as sort of straight chocolate sticks. This dish is all about the presentation, so these twigs could really set me apart from Jamie and Brent. So I'm taking a lot of time and care trying to get them right. These twigs need to be quite crunchy so that you have that feeling of crushing twigs as you walk on them in the forest floor. I want to make sure they look pretty realistic. I need to get my jelly cubes quite perfect. I'm really happy with it. I'm on top of it and it's good. I had a little issue with the almond cream, but I've brought it back by whipping it over the ice bath. It's nice and thick and aerated, so massive relief. I've got everything ready to go for placing. I've got to really work fast.
2 minutes to go. Come on, guys, let's go. Come on.
I am so worried for Brent right now. He's got 2 minutes to go and he's done nothing. His plate is empty. I am super, super stressed for him. Come on.
Brent, come on, plate up what you've got, make sure it's beautiful.
Come on, Brent, plate up. Come on.
Come on.
I've just got to focus, get the food on the plate.
I've got to throw my soil together. The forest soil features just a mix of chocolate crumble, almond brittle, and aniseed praline. Done. Check. This whole challenge is just meticulously going through your head. Done. Check, 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 check.
You want to get a finished dessert up? You've got to start moving faster. 1 minute to go, guys. Come on. Come on, guys.
Come on, Brent.
I'm throwing things on the plate. I'm trying to read the recipe. I don't know what's going on, and I'm just chucking it all on and hoping that I get it right.
Now I can start dressing the forest floor. So I pull out my jellies, start sprinkling them around the plate, drop a little bit of the moss on top. Moss, done.
My twigs are really refined and it all looks like a chocolate floor. It's got different textures of the soil and the fennel frond.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Step away from your plates. Well done.
Yeah, I feel good. I'm a little bit disappointed. I'd love to have knocked it out of the park and just known I was safe and going into semi-final. I left one element off the plate, and it was the only element I didn't have to make. It was the finger line.
I feel really good after that cook. I think I got everything on the plate and I think it looks pretty good, so I'm really happy.
That was an intense cook. It all came down to the wire as usual.
This is my last chance to get into the semi-final. The book could close here and that could be it.
What are you doing, Brent?
Changing it.
My new dish today is called Digging in the Dirt. I've been in a bobcat since I was 18 years old. So I've been digging dirt from under my fingernails. I've been cleaning dirt off my clothes every night of the week, and it's a bit of a tribute to that.
Oh, Brent, talk to us. What's the dish?
Completely changed it.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the pile of soil.
Which represents?
Driving a bobcat. That's how I live.
Great. Have you ever driven a bobcat?
No, I've got power tools envy now.
You want one?
I want them, yeah. I'll teach you a thing or two.
So literally on the plate's going to just look like a big mountain of soil.
Exactly.
What?
You incorporated in that, we've got a milk chocolate, Szechuan pepper, and orange and popping candy is the soil.
Milk chocolate, Szechuan pepper.
I've got a chocolate
in there, what?
Chocolate and orange mousse. Is that going under the soil? Yeah, everything's going to be in the soil. Yep. Right. We're going to have fresh raspberries, a few more Szechuan peppercorns.
OK, just be careful on the Szechuan.
Yeah, because it'll overpower.
Yeah. And also, what's your soil base?
It's going to be milk chocolate, multidextrin, and then I'm going to fold to the crushed Szechuan peppercorns after that.
So to me, this sounds like you're on the right track.
Yep.
Just remember one thing, think about salt. Very important.
Salt, chocolate, yeah, exactly.
Good point.
Thank you.
Heston thinks that my new idea is a lot better than the first, but there's a lot of elements in it. You've got orange gel, Szechuan pepper, chocolate snow, chocolate mousse, you've got vanilla cream, candy orange, orange rock candy, popping candy, fresh raspberries, fresh orange, orange syrup. I think that's all. I am feeling pretty scared going to the judges. It's not just a normal tasting for me, it's more than that. I still haven't done that dish for Dad. This dish is based around that mousse and that dirt, and if they're not perfect, then the dish isn't perfect. I just hope that this dish doesn't send me home.
Means a lot to you, doesn't it? I mean, at one point today, I've never seen you sort of, get quite emotional.
Yeah, when the challenge was announced, I thought to myself, if I'm going to go out, I want to be able to produce a dish that I've been working so hard on that means so much to me. I tried to fit that dish into the challenge rather than the other way around, and it just wasn't going to work. And I'm glad that we had that chat because it, fixed me up and I changed my mind.
What have you cooked?
It's a pile of soil which includes multidextrin milk chocolate, there's popping candy, orange rock candy, Szechuan peppercorns, a set chocolate mousse, vanilla cream, raspberries, orange segments, and an orange syrup.
And why dirt?
My past life is bobcat soil, so it's a part of me on the plate.
Food, is that your future now?
Food is my future now, definitely.
Brent, thank you.
Thank you. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Brent.
Let's taste it, shall we? Look. There's things under here.
All you can hear is ooh, ah, ooh.
There are so many things on this, but nothing that doesn't go together. It all works. It's about a discovery. And really, when you're digging in soil...
It's what you do, isn't it?
That's what you do, yeah?
This has taken me back to childhood in a funny way. I started just to lose myself in this. I love those little nuggets of crystallised zest.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like grains of salt.
I love it because it looks like a swanky, fine restaurant dish, but you could set that down on any table in Australia and people would go mad for it because it's chocolate, but it's not over-rich and it's not overstated. And you know what's great about it? It looks like dry, dirty Australian soil.
How many bars of chocolate in there?
Well, there's quite a few.
So you're making a sugar syrup that's going to go into egg yolks.
Yep, that's correct.
In a mixer.
In the mixer.
Yep, and then combine the two together.
I'm watching Jack make her mousse and she is making a lot. And I know that when chefs come in here, they obviously have their recipe that's enough for their restaurant, but in MasterChef, you need to make enough for one plate. The problem with making so much is it takes so much longer. It's going to chew up a lot of her valuable time.
I still haven't got my mousse into the blast chiller. I still haven't made my Aperol jelly. That's a big problem. Turn the mixer on, any hints?
At the back, there's a lever down, push down.
It'll come on, you can turn it up. Yes, there you go. Perfect.
How's it look?
I think we might have bitten off more than we can chew.
Nice work, Jackie.
I've got a really lovely chocolate mousse, but it's going to take a while to set in the chiller. And I still got to glaze my chocolate as well.
5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go.
I think I can do it.
You think you can do it?
I think I can do it.
Come on.
The mousse is really important to me because it's my recipe. I made it up. I put the glaze on top for the mousse.
Wow. Oh my God.
And I'm happy with it. Now I'm feeling really relieved. Glaze is on, Monty. Shave it like that. That's okay. Shaved is nice.
I've got a ramekin in the
Shaved is like ramekin in the freezer. The nuts go on. Do you want any grapefruit on there?
Yep. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I am.
Come on, Jackie. Come on, Jackie. Jackie, Monty, they're doing everything they can to get something on the plate. It looks amazing. Beautiful, Jackie. Oh my God, that looks incredible. What is that? It's gold leaf. You've got Reynolds and Jessie going up for 2 pins in their comfort zone. Come on!
My energy is turned to the Aperol jelly. I decant some into a small bowl, pop it in the blast chiller. I stand by.
Monty!
This is what it's come down to. It's in the hands of the gods.
Oh, time! 10 seconds! 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3, clever stuff.
A glazed chocolate and olive oil mousse with a mascarpone granita and a whipped Aperol jelly.
Oh, it does look good, doesn't it?
That chocolate mousse.
Yeah. That chocolate mousse is perfectly glazed, and I love that little fruit salad of the freeze-dried orange in there as well.
It's yum and it's clever. and it's obviously got a slight Italian heart about it that I'm loving.
And what a brilliantly simple idea that mascarpone granita is, because that chocolate mousse is so intense and in your face. It just kind of lightens it, brightens the whole dish up. I think it's really, really tasty and really beautiful modern cooking.
I'm not into the gel of Aperol. I would have preferred a syrup, to be honest. I don't know, freshness.
I mean, I can't taste Aperol.
No.
It seems very sort of flat and a bit chewy.
I got quite a big chunk of the Aperol jelly, so I got that orangey hit. We're all struggling to keep the smile off our face.
Yeah. And
for me, that's a mark of a great dessert. If you're all struggling to keep the smile off your face, you know that whoever's done that dessert has done an amazing job.
Shall we score?